Game number 4 has started. We saw 2 10 pulls out of life. He went for 10 pulls twice against his Terran opponent. Twice he was up against a command center on the high ground. Twice he fell behind. In game number 2 he was able to not do anything and MMA just rolled him. Game number 3 he nearly came back. It was a very close series. MMA with a few mistakes and Life with very good movements on a huge 4-player map, able to come back into the series, make a very even game out of it, but in the end he lost it. Now he's going into an Overlord, not into the 10 pool, and MMA to the top left. I would be very surprised to see a command center on the low ground. Let's just leave it at that. Life is down in the best of 5. We currently look at a score of 1-2 from Life's perspective. So if MMA wins a single map now, he's done it. He needs to win a single map and then he will advance to the semi-final of the Ritmix RSL. Life, on the other hand, has to take the next 2 games. And this is, of course, game number 4. As already mentioned, we are currently looking at Belcher Vestige, and we will see a command center first once again for MMA. So most likely going to be a high ground expand, and Life abandoned the idea of being successful with a 10 pull. I personally don't like that 10 pull for the reasons that we saw in the last 2 games. If you want to commit to an early pull, then commit to an earlier pull so that you can force a cancel on the command center because it won't finish in time so that the Terran can't repair it. But if you go up against a command center first on the high ground with a 10 pull, you're not going to do any damage and you are so far behind in economy. So Life this time is starting to play a little bit more normal. We see the hatch first here for him, and this is kind of the style that we really like to see Life play, because he's a player who is very good when it comes down to the macro games. He's just a great player when it comes to controlling huge armies, having his micro and his macro hitting. So that's something where he really shines, which is why this style is a lot better for him in my opinion. Commands on the high ground as expected. The wall is of course completed with the barracks immediately. And starting to the left side of the map, we now have Refinery once more. We saw Hellbats in game number 2, and then later on in game number 3, we saw him go into the Banshee. The Banshee in the end was actually like really successful. We had 2 Banshees, and they both together had like 20 kills. So that was definitely worth it, especially with the reduced costs on the cloak upgrade. And starting now with his own scout, his MMA, just going across the map, trying to find out if there's also a third base already. It would be very early for his Life to get that third this fast, but it's not really unheard of. So it comes a little bit into question what kind of style you want to play. A lot of Zerg players these days are trying to delay the third a little bit more than they used to. We sometimes see them as late as 7:30. And here comes the SCV now in the main base, sees that there's no gas, and this is of course the most important information for MMA. Without gas at all, he knows that he doesn't have to worry about any kind of very early aggression by his opponent, and there won't be any fast Zerglings. And that's something that Life is really known for. Life is known to hit like these weird timings right at the beginning of the game where he just sends a couple of speedlings up to the top left and starts taking down your bunker here at the front and attacks your command center. So that's something that we don't see from Life. It's actually something that Jakji had to deal with in the WCS Challenge League Korea. And here we have slowlings now. Whoa, he's gonna hit that without speed this time, and he's getting into the main base. I just talked about it, and there it is. Immediately he delivers, and he has a lot of Zerglings in his opponent's base. So much mining time lost already, and Life is just super sneaky with these things. Trying to run away here, losing a few of the links, but look at all that mining time lost. That is like no income whatsoever, and he's trying to put him into a corner, and he's doing a pretty good job at that. But the Zerglings now even running away again, trying to get a few information about the rest that's happening up there. That was so worth it. That was actually like incredible. He even gets out of the base, and those 2 Zerglings, that's Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris right there. They might even take down another SCV. Going for it, but okay, both of them most likely gonna die. But no, doesn't get the SCV. So that was actually like pretty epic. They was able to kill this much mining time. Really awesome for him. And now we have 39 harvesters against 30. MMA with a little bit of a weird move there, and Life now at the bottom left is immediately with his third. So looking at it from Life's perspective, this is pretty epic. Like, he killed so much mining time of his opponent. MMA had to like focus on what was going on there. Life was at the same time getting his double gas up in the main base, starting his speed here too. So that was really well done. From MMA, it was cool that he was able to corner all those Zerglings. That was really important. but Live has now information about the base right here. He has the units on the map, especially the Queens, of course, to force those Hellions back. So pretty good position for Live. Looking at that game, he will be very happy about what's going on here. The Overlord, of course, not going to survive, but he knows everything that's happening. He knows that there's no starport at this point in time. He knows that there's a third CC. The wall at the front is being built. And for Live, we're going to fairly soon see the tag into lair. Most likely going to start the +1/+1 before he starts with his lair tag already here at the front. So he's just waiting for Hellions to approach. But with the creep spread, he has a pretty good warning system set up, so he will see very early if there's a Hellion attempt to go into the main base. Then he can position his Zerglings right over there to trap them. Here's the 1-1 as expected, and speed is also going to kick in fairly soon, and of course the lair tag follows immediately, as we already talked about. The Zerglings just going to confirm that there is currently no third base. A little bit farther, fella. Oops, there come those Hellions that I talked about earlier. Nearly missed those, but we are here for the kill. Live, of course, as I said, with the creep, sees that immediately, puts the Zerglings in position, traps them at the back, and Harvest is killed here. That's 4, and if you lose like 8 Hellions for that, that's not really worth it. Lings on the map, once again, very, very active here, trying to just deny the third base for as long as possible. Could even get the burrow upgrade a little bit later. Going into the Baneling nest here, and trying to take down... No, not gonna happen. Immediately at SCV pull. Not gonna take down that bunker, that's just not gonna happen. But he can actually start to hit a bit of a Zergling timing if he wants. You know, guys, he could actually, he could very well just go into Ling Meter Baneling. No question about that. He could play that very standard. But with a macro hatch building, with 1-1 on the production tab, with speed for his units, he could actually go into a massive Baneling timeling here too. I don't think he's really going to do it, because we would probably have seen Overlord speed to confirm that there are no siege tanks here, and to maybe even send an Overseer in to see what's going on. But with the numbers that he has, he could actually do it. And we've seen timings like this in the past. And here's the speed upgrade for the Banelings. 14 Zerglings are being built. He has 29 already. We have the minerals in just a second to get the Spire. He's gonna do it. He's actually gonna go for the 1-1 Ling Baneling. Alright, MMA. You need a lot of Widow Mines to make this happen. There we go. Lings everywhere, no siege tanks, and these Baneling hits are gonna be super, super important. Life is going to go for the Banelings. He's waiting for the speed upgrade. This one Medivac is not gonna scout anything, and, well, he's getting 30 additional Zerglings. More and more Banelings are coming in. Queens for the hits here. He will have everything that he needs. Medivac is about to speed boost in. Life already spots the Medivac. He sees it on the production tab. Lings are just waiting. The Queen is waiting too. Running in right away. Here comes the Burrowed Widow Mine. We have the Spine Crawler. No detection just yet. Bailing, the Zerglings are gone. But here... Where's the Overseer? There's the Overseer. There's the Overseer. He can make that happen. And, okay, apparently he abandons the idea. Now that we have Widow Mines, he actually is not that keen on using that anymore. That timing. Moves into 2-2 instead and goes for the Spire. A little bit disappointed, to be honest. Like, with everything that we had on the map, 78 Zerglings and everything else, I was really looking forward to this. Oh, did he bust? Did I actually not see this? Were we busy down at the bottom? No, he didn't, right? No workers killed, resources lost, 2,000. Sorry guys, I must have missed that on the... I must have missed the part of the attack on the top. Too focused on the drop here. Really sorry guys, I didn't think he would move in while we had that drop. I apologize. That's of course always a nice thing when you have a dedicated observer at the GSL or at one of the big tournaments. The observer can just focus on all of these things. I was a little bit too focused to send it on that drop, my bad. But it didn't work, he actually got completely taken out. I'm very surprised that he didn't send in any additional Zerglings to make this work. So yeah, now he's transitioning back and trying to just somehow make this happen. And he still has a very good presence on the map. He knows, of course, about the drop here to the top right. We have now the third base. And moving in with the rest of his army, just taking out as many of those Marines as he can. And Life, even though supply block, is really doing a decent job. Hitting that 2-2 very fast. Gets another base to the left side of the map, so he has to transition. His timing didn't do any damage at all, as you can see here. I mean, this also includes the units that Life already killed right now, but that was definitely a little bit Yeah, that was definitely a little bit annoying for Life, that didn't do as much damage as he wanted to. So he needs to transition, but with the macro hatch, he has the lava to pull it off. He has the 4th base to the left. He has his tech already. He just needs to get the infestation pit. That's going to be important. But map presence is the biggest issue for Life. Keep in mind that his tournament life is on the line here. If he loses this particular map, then he is out already. So Drilling Claws now coming up, and +2/+2 for the Terran. The 3rd base is secured now with a bunker. And we have just creep tumors everywhere. So MMA will have to drop a lot of scans to make sure that he gets the map control again. And that's not going to be too easy. Life really focusing on the Ling Meter Baneling now, even going into the +1 attack upgrade. We saw that a couple of times from him. I would like him to go into a bit of an early infestation bit. Muta control a little bit sloppy here. Didn't see that on the minimap. When they move in, here comes the scan, just making sure that he knows what's going on. Great hit with the Widow Mine. That Widow Mine has 28 kills, guys. 28 kills already. That is pretty cool. And Life is starting to be a bit in trouble. Just look at the army supply here. MMA at 127 against 105. The +2/+2 is going to hit soon. And if MMA hits his macro, he's going to start the 3-3. Zergling still trying to find an angle here, coming in from every single point. Where is the lift? There's none. Banelings are connecting, and Mutalisks moving in. The rest of the army baiting out those Widowmine shots. Great split this time by Life. Takes a supply lead here, but has to move back since the Mutalisks alone won't be able to make this work. He needs more on the ground, and that's why we see him now with all those hatches and all those injects. He needs the lava. There's 36 additional Zerglings being built. Nice hits against the Widow Mines here, taking most of them out. And suddenly MMA is a bit more in trouble than Life. He's going to lose a lot against those units. And even with the Burrowed Bane Widow Mines here, he's killing the Zerglings eventually. But Life is starting to close that gap in resources lost quite significantly. And keep in mind that he has the 4th base already. The 4th base is helping him a lot with this attempt, but he still doesn't have the tech. MMA didn't start +3/+3 on the other hand. I don't want to say it's an oversight, it's just basically something that Life forces him to not get, because he has to focus on his unit production. But with all the gas that he's currently banking up, he can afford it once that he gets the minerals. We will see a lot more mules in just a few seconds, and with those and the additional income, he's going to be able to easily get those upgrades. So Life has to worry about the later stage of the game. Right now he's definitely the player who can be dominant on the map. Another base taken to the right side, and he's able to save that for now. But he needs to make sure that even later on he will be able to compete. And for that he needs to get additional upgrades. 3-3, if that completes, then you are in trouble. And the infestation pit is finally being built. So for Life, getting the Hive Tech out is crucial. He needs to make a transition later on. Broodlords will of course be great for him, and having those infestors also helps him a lot. But the upgrades are very crucial for him here. Here comes the Marine taken out. Widowmine also spotted. Nice job so far, taking out those minefields, and he sees that base. He's trying to maybe take that down. If he can deny a 4th to the Terran, that would be great. That would be really great for him. But it's also not going to be easy. That run-by on the other hand, oh my god. These are the run-bys that we talked about earlier. Great reaction by MMA. I love this. I really love this. One of the few Terran players who really has the reaction to make this happen. And he is not losing too much to this, but there's still Zerglings in the natural, in the mineral line. Taking down Harvesters, still going to town here. But we have the battle at the main. 17 Harvesters killed by Life over the duration of this game, most of them just in the recent attack. Hive Tech has not been started. Widowmine shots, good shots against those Mutalisks, doing a great job here. But there are not a lot of Marines left, and now MMA is on the run. He's running back, and he has to. He's potentially losing a command center here. At the least, he's going to lose a lot of Harvesters. Only 25 left, and MMA is in a position where he exactly knows that Life isn't even done. Life is moving into the main base, starting to hit a few of those missile turrets, but ooh, that hurt. Losing a lot of Mutalisks too. And no run-by towards that 3rd, because there is a planetary. 5 bases against 4 at this point. Where is that bloody Hive Tech? We don't have the Hive Tech just yet. +2 attack for the Flyers instead. I know that Life is starting to be a little bit low on gas, but still he needs Hive. Without Hive he won't be able to compete later on. And MMA, I look at resources lost, he's getting ahead in the series. And just thinking about this, we have a position where MMA now is on even supply, has a much better, much more cost-efficient position. And even though he's once again very low on the medevac count, he is making this work, and he has 3-3 in just a few seconds. Life is moving in with the Banelings, getting great hits with them. But does MMA have too much for him? It certainly looks like Life might lose this game and be out of the Ritmix RSL. Another drop at the left side of the map. I love that MMA is starting to do this a little bit more. He lacked this in a few of the games that we just casted, but now he suddenly is all the way back to business. But the Mutalisk control here is a little bit sloppy for Life, and MMA is getting into such a great position. Life has a lot of minerals banked up here. His issue are lava. He has lava problems now, and significant ones at that. And he also is quite low on the gas. He's going into pathogen glands, no hive tech. He's trying to make that happen with fungals. And you can really see that the Zerg is starting to get pressured. He's getting another base to the left side of the map, and with all the minerals that he has, he might as well. Now committing to an attack in the main base. Look at all those missile turrets. In total, how many missile turrets do we have? We have 7. They are all centered here at the base. To the right side, we see an attack. MMA is going to take down this base of Life. And Life is really, I mean, he's trying, but the problem for him really being like, what exactly can he do? No hive tech, no adrenal glands. Finally he starts it, but I think this is a little bit too late. No 3-3, catching a couple of units out on the map, and that was really important. Moves like this might bring him back into the series. He's still on 200 supply, and he has the bank, so it's not like he's out of luck just yet. But keep that 3-3 in mind. That is 3-3 upgrades against 2-2, and that's an issue. Just look at this. Even the drilling claws and also the plating for the Thor here. The one thing that we don't see is the armor for the planetary. Oh, there it is. I was already wondering if you would get that anytime soon. But now the Terran moving into the left side of the map. Once again, the engagement. And here we go, trying to take down those Widow Mines. Great baneling hits. Oh my god, Life. That was a beautiful baneling hit right there. And this Thor is potentially going to die right now. Yep, the Thor is gone, and now the Mutalisk can of just move in. Oh my god, what a beautiful engagement for Life. This is what he needed. What he really doesn't need, though, is a double drop heading into his main base. And he needs to move back now immediately to make sure that his hive is not going to take it out. But in the middle of the map, everything is going well for him. These baneling hits, these Mutalisks, everything looking peachy there. I have no idea what that Widowmine is trying to do. Getting in position at the ramp, I guess, and getting their hits off. Decent hit there, but it's not gonna stop him from cleaning this up. And now suddenly the space to the right side is completely taken out. Boys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was very worried for Life. I actually thought that MMA might take that game and bring it to a 3-1 against Life. But now suddenly, Life, he just tasted blood and he likes it. He is out for it right now. He is trying to take out whatever MMA has. He's going immediately here for a contaminate. He is just running circles around MMA's army. There are no Thors anymore. He is completely limiting that income. And to the left, yes, he's going to be attacked here by MMA, but the Terran play is in so much trouble. Look how that still is in favor of MMA, but the income that Life has is just so much superior. And he now has Hive. He has the Hive tech. There it is, and he can go into 3-3. Life, you need your adrenal glands. There it is. That a boy. And we will most likely also see +3/+3 fairly soon, or maybe even the Nautilus Cavern. Life is trying to move in here. Hasn't won that game yet, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is still a match that MMA can win, especially if he gets a couple of good engagements. But the last few fights that we saw from Life, that was exactly what he needed. He looked like he would be down for the count, but now he's going to snipe another command center. And Life is looking at this like, sick, that works out really well. There we go, orbital command, not sniped. Wow. That was a big blunder by Life. He should have taken that out immediately. One move in with those Mutalisks and he would have taken it. That was a problem. 60 supply down for MMA now. And Life is currently on his way to get Adrenaline Glands. Still not +3/+3. Would be well advised to get those upgrades, but maybe he's a bit worried he might not have the time to get them out there. There's the base gone. And keep in mind that Life is also running out of bases at this point. He still has this one fully saturated. That's his lifeline. No puns intended. Top right, we have the saturation for the Terran player. He has the banking gas. He doesn't worry about any refineries anymore. Here come those fungals. Good hits against those infestors. The burrow immediately. Uh-oh. And he might be trapped between a hammer and an anvil. But no. Life forces his way through. Needs to take out those Widow Mines. That would be actually pretty epic. If he saw those earlier burrowed there, he could have just used a fungal on them. But he doesn't. And the Mutal is still very agile on the map. Not seeing those Widow Mines. But by now, it doesn't matter all too much. I mean, he is getting hits, but he's healing as well. Great position here to snipe that command center. And oh, look at this. Once again, nice. I love that MMA gets those supply depots up. That is so important for him. but he is really starting to be a bit in trouble. No, Life, you can't make that happen. Oh, okay, only the bunker. I actually thought that the Marines were already back. He's still trying to take it out, but he at least killed a lot of harvesters. 55 against 34 in this game. The harvester count and the supply count, as you can see currently, 46 worker supply against 16. MMA is relying a lot on mules. And if you look on his structures, he currently has only 3 orbitals, and he needs to use scans too. He cannot simply rely on mules alone. He needs those scans. He needs to know where Live is. So he's in a lot of trouble here with his income. Life also doesn't have the best, but MMA is now down to 76 supply. And Life, he is really make this happen. He is really going and bring this to a game 5. Pretty incredible. 8 additional infestors are being built. That will put his infestor count up to 24. Great fungal here. Can chain fungal this army. MMA once again low on the medevac count. Low is actually an understatement with only 1 of them. Widow Mines still 18 on the map. That's basically his main army, Widow Mines. And with all those, well, actually all those overseers, like they are down here at the bottom, and that's not where they are supposed to be. They are supposed to be in a control group with a Mutalisk. I'm a little bit baffled at this point that Life doesn't get more detection. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to find them. No. Took it out already. So, borrowed Zerglings. Giving a little bit of vision, so he sees that there's a move to the bottom right. Has an infestor right here, and knows already. The infestor just like throws up, and there's infested Terran. And he's like, nah. Life immediately moves in. He doesn't even bother with the base to the left. He's like, yeah, well, you can still mine. I'm okay. Like, you can get that base. That's completely fine. I'm gonna destroy your production. What you gonna say about that? Mutalisks are moving in again to take down those missile turrets and those infested Terrans. They have a good time now. The MMA decides that he's not in a position to fight this army. He's 40 army supply down at this point. He's just moving down to the bottom right, trying to go for an elimination race. And you know what MMA is going to find out very soon? Widow Mines don't attack buildings. And that's where he has a big problem, because he only has Widow Mines, not a lot more. Infested Terrans, Burrow, everything going well for Life. To the top left, Mutalisk taking down the base of MMA. The Terran player with a GG, and we go into the last and final map here, the Ritmix RSL. Life against MMA. It goes the full distance. I couldn't be a more happy panda. We are going to go into game number 5 right now.